Hello dear Isle players, welcome back to this beautiful channel. Maybe you're not all Isle players, maybe you're watching this if you wanna buy the game. Let me rephrase that. Hello Isle players and normal people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mr. Beard and in this video I wanna talk about our precious night vision. You see how it gets everything brighter? Oh, if only it were like that at night, right? Where everything would be bright, but no, you kinda have a circle around you during night vision, and apparently everybody hates that. Well, actually not the idea itself. Everybody hates the fact they don't actually see at night with a night vision open. I actually hate that as well. I know, right? Something Mr. Beard hates. Like, if you're using X and you want to see around you at night and you can't see using X, which is a game mechanic implemented, which you could argue does not work if it doesn't do what's intended it to do, right? Something should be done about it, and I'm here to talk about night vision in the Isle and bring on the table some adjustments for it and a cool idea that I think players would like. So we know that in the Isle, you and me of course have different dinosaurs we can play as, and I'm saying land dinosaurs, semi-aquatic dinosaurs, and flyers, aka this birdie bird right here. And I actually chose a skin for this video, even though I'm just talking, I'm not actually playing. That's how cooked I am. My little flyer, right? So yeah, those three categories of dinosaurs in the Isle. When you press X, around you at night is like this circle where you can see, and after it just gets dark. Some dinosaurs have bigger night visions, some of them have little night visions, right? And I think all you have to do, developers, to improve the night vision is just increase its brightness. Alright, that's a way easier answer than you expect, I know. But that's only for land dinosaurs. Land dinosaurs that only move on land, live on land, eat on land, do everything on land, right? Like a Stego, a Carno, a Serra, a Paki, those guys. Those are the dinosaurs who you should just increase their brightness and leave them be. Those are the only ones. Now we have the flyers and the semi-aquatics, and you know, those actually need to see better at night because they rely on their environmental evolutionary traits. Oh my goodness, that's very complicated even for me. You know, a Dinosuchus has to see and sense the rivers and what's drinking to go and attack them, right? But if Dinosuchus sees like 5 meters around it at night, that doesn't really make it fair for a dinosaur or creature or whatever. It's not a dinosaur, I know. Comments, chill. Come back to the video, alright? Don't go down, come back, alright? It's not a dinosaur, okay? I get it. But I will call it dinosaur. So the dinosaur has to see and sense, right? And it has like, if you don't know how crocodiles sense the water, it's like they have these little things on their nose, these punctures that sense, they're very sensitive in the water. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna get deep into it. It just points to the idea that a Dinosuchus can sense what's drinking and what's not drinking. And right now, I think Dinosuchus only senses if somebody's swimming, you know, those little particles you see that are really made, and I don't really like them at all, and I think they should be removed and replaced with, whenever you use night vision, you have this circle around you. Well, as you can see on the screen, I'm gonna put a picture. Dinosuchus should have another circle that is bigger than this, that detects dinosaurs that drink or are in the water outside the night vision. So let's see. I would really much love to be next to water right now to show you. Okay, perfect. I found an amazing spot to showcase you my idea. I found water with this log in it and that rock, but who cares about that? Dinosuchus, if it presses X right here, it probably sees until that over there. You see that shore and the circle around that radius, right around it. But if something's drinking next to that rock in the distance over there, the dino will not sense it. So at night, Dinosuchus, what it has to do is swim there, back, there, back, there, back, to just patrol all these areas, right? which I'm not saying it shouldn't do, and my idea wouldn't really get that away from it, and it will just improve it. As you can see on the screen, if the Dinosaur sits here next to this log, let's say it's on the log, but it should be on water for this idea to work, is that when it presses X, right, you see this night vision, it presses X, it activates it. It can easily look around here and check if somebody's drinking. But the circle, the bigger circle around the current night vision, it will use the old night vision, which people hated a lot. It will basically, and it won't use all of it. If a dinosaur in that circle, it's easy to program. I was thinking when I made these ideas that it would be something easy to program. This dinosaur will have two circles around it. One and two, another one that's bigger than the current one. If a dinosaur other than my dinosaur is drinking in the circle that's bigger, then it will highlight it to the Dinosaurus, right? It won't show it just highlight it. It's silhouette, right? And I'm trying to use the old night vision for this. Sure, you could argue it should be like something glowing there or anything, right? It shouldn't be that. But I just find the old night vision cool, alright? The silhouettes and stuff. And I think, yeah, in that area over there, if a dinosaur, only if it's drinking, that way it disturbs the water. Dino in the water, it can sense it with its thingies I talked about in its nose, the punctures. So if a dino's in the water, player there is drinking and it's in the circle that the dino has, the bigger one, the black one on the screen, it senses it, it becomes a silhouette, and the dino will just go there. And as it gets close to it, and that dinosaur enters the current circle, that silhouette fades, right? Because now the Dinosaurus can see it. For example, if a dino is chilling in looking at the sky or whatever, and it hears something drinking, it will look around, right? If it doesn't see a silhouette, that means it's in the circle that the night vision is. Maybe inside the bush, maybe somewhere, right? Because let's be honest, a crocodile will know if you're drinking water from a bush. Like, we are people, right? But if you want to realistically simulate a crocodile, that he will know you're there in that bush drinking. You ain't fooling a croc. He senses that water being disturbed over there, and he will go there. So if it's in this night vision, let's say I'm the croc, somebody's drinking in that bush, I'm not gonna see the silhouette. I'm just gonna hear drinking, and I have to deduce where it is, which gives that player an advantage, right? A little 1 or 2 or 3 more seconds to, like, oh my god, drink fast and leave, right? And depends how good the dino is at hearing stuff. Now, if the player's outside of that, it will just silhouette it, like it will see a silhouette. I just realized it doesn't make sense what I'm saying, but it actually makes sense for balancing. If the dino's far away and the player's drinking in that bush, it will see exactly where it is, so it can beeline it. But until it reaches that destination, it will still be 3 seconds. If the dino's here in this circle and the player's drinking in that bush, it won't see the silhouette and it will still get like 3-4 seconds until it gets to the player. So it kind of balances things out, right? If it's far away, it senses it knows where to go, but it's a distance to cover. If it's close, the dino has to figure out in which bush the player's drinking, and it will still be some time. So time to get there, like, I don't know, like 5 seconds. Time to search for the player, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, depends on the player, right? So it's fair. If it's way further than that rock over there, let's say the night vision of the croc is until, like, you know, the tips of my wings over there, and over there is like the area where the silhouette appears. Further than that, dino has to go back and patrol, right? It's something like that. Now, flyers, when it comes to flyers, let me kind of show you what I mean. I pick a flyer because it's harder to explain. The croc was kind of easy, I think, right? If it wasn't easy, then I apologize. Dislike the video, alright? I know, it feels good. When you press X as a Ptera in the air during night vision, you don't see anything. Let's be honest, it's pitch black. You have to get close to something to see it. Well, because birds have good eyesight. Look at his big eyes, am I right? Birds have good eyesight. That's kind of something they have to have because they develop flying, and to see food down, they kind of need to see good. Now, if you press X to see something, it will be pitch black, unless you're close to the ground and stuff like this, right? Searching for food. But you're higher than this, the Ptera will also have a circle around it, which is more of a sphere than a circle, right? It has to be up, down, around it. It's a sphere rather than a circle area. Now, the sphere will be, again, as a dino, outside of the normal night vision you see, where like it's brighter. Make it brighter for all of them to see around it. But further than that, the Ptera should see silhouettes not only of the player, right? Because Dino can only see those silhouettes when it's drinking. The Ptera could see them also, like, you know, the dinosaurs down there, it will see a silhouette move and will go and check it out, right? Or, you know, if you're close to a tree in front of you, like, oh, there's a tree. You need to move out of the way, right? And I know that takes away, maybe don't see the trees, all right? Only the players, right? Make the silhouettes appear only to the player. And, you know, the circle can be adjusted, right? It could see over there on that side, but I think that's too much. Maybe over there, right? Like this amount of circle. If it sees something move, that silhouette will appear, and it will give the Ptera an advantage. And if you're coding it now, it could also help Quets when it comes. Quets could actually attack things that move. Ptera is Ptera, right? It's a scavenger. But coding it and giving it to the Ptera does no harm in it. It will see players, it will know, because scavengers and seeing things doesn't only mean it can attack them. It can also mean, oh, let me not go there because there's literally a guy there. Let me go on the other side, right? So those silhouettes from the old night vision will help, but only show the player. But again, it could show for Ptera and the flyers the trees as well. Right now, if it's night, you don't see that tree over there up. But as I'm getting closer, the silhouette will appear and be like, oh, wait, there's a tree. Let me just go left right now and not actually risk it. Come here, oh my god, there's a tree, you know, things like that, right? But you could argue down in the comments or in whatever if it should have the trees or not, or only players, right? It's like introducing the old night vision just to help flyers and aquatics see better at night. As I said, for land dinosaurs like Stego, Carno, whatever, just up the brightness. They don't have to see silhouettes. They can move around. That's what they're made of. They move on land, right? But Dino, which relies on, you know, if something's drinking like 200 meters from it, it has to hear it. Because Dino relies on eating stuff that come to him. He can't go and search for food, right? So it has to have every advantage of seeing stuff that come to drink. And, you know, seeing the silhouettes would make it easier for him to, like, oh my god, wait, oh my god, I hope I catch him drinking. Of course, those silhouettes are not forever. They have a limit where the dino sees them, but it, you know, helps. Also for Ptera, right? If it flies and same, look, on that hill over there, right? That's where the silhouettes kind of end. It starts where there's trees in front of me and end on that hill over there. That area, that distance, it's silhouettes only of dinosaurs. In here is the normal night vision. You see this circle is until that tree. It's like around me. I see it. I don't need silhouettes to see around me. But over there in the distance, there's like silhouettes. And, you know, I kinda came up with more interesting ideas where these silhouettes would make an interesting addition to the isle. And why I think they're kinda cool. You know, when you wake up in the night, you wanna go to the bathroom, and some of you mistakenly open the light and your eyes just get accustomed to the light. And when you close it again, you don't see it during the night. You know, those 5 minutes, 10 minutes it takes for your eyes to get accustomed to light or to dark, right? Whenever night comes or there's an empty dark room or whatever, your eyes get accustomed to the night, so you're able to see. Our dinosaurs, what I propose is that during the night, that circle where the silhouettes happen gets bigger to a max value, right? When the night starts, let's say in game at like 8 p.m., right? 8 p.m. Easy. 8 p.m. until 10 p.m., that circle just gets bigger and bigger and bigger where the silhouettes happen. And then when night is fully night, like 10 p.m., that reaches its max, right? And the dinosaur is fully accustomed to the night, which will make this area like things that hunt at night can get that instantly, right? At 8, they literally have very good night vision. But for all the other dinosaurs from 8 to like 11, 10, 11, they kind of need to wait to like build up the resistance to like seeing in the dark. And this can be applied to yes, I know I'm dying, I know my Terra's dying, ignore it. This can be applied to land creatures as well, like for example herbivores. Like when night comes, like that sun goes down and it gets dark until like 10 to 12 p.m. You can have the current night vision, which sucks, you don't see anything. You can have that, but it slowly gets better, and at like 10, 11 p.m, it's at its fullest. The dinosaur can see at night. It's very clear for it. That period for humans, 5-10 minutes, to dinosaurs it's a few hours. And things that hunt at night, they can actually take advantage of that time period to hunt, right? They can take advantage of that to hunt. They know dinosaurs don't see well when the sun just went down. They have to adjust to the darkness, and they can actually hunt them, which will give them an advantage, which will give them this period of being active. And then, they hunt something, and during the night, they can protect that and chill next to the body they hunted between 8 and 11 p.m., right? And that's the period when they're active. And I think it's a cool idea. And this just came to me right now when I'm making this video. The real idea I had is for humans, actually, and anyone who likes humans, shout out in the comments. Shout out to anyone who wants humans in this game. You're kind of rare specimens, but I appreciate it. I like humans. I think they're gonna be an interesting addition to the game. Something different, right? Well, humans, they will have either torches or flashlights, and it's the same concept of 8 to 11 p.m. concept. If a human, I'll start easy with the flashlight. That thing points in only one direction. Whenever the human is looking, that thing points. Let's say a human is on this rock under me. If it points the flashlight at me, and the more it keeps it on me, my eyes just get worse and worse at seeing at night. It will get so worse, I won't see its silhouette anymore. The human, I won't see even with the normal night vision. It will get bad. And guess what I have to do? I have to go somewhere and chill a bit, like literally go here and just zet somewhere far away and like let my eyes like fix themselves. That period can be somewhere like 1-2 minutes in real time, right? It shouldn't be something insane like that will make the flashlight OP, let's be honest. But this will literally, dinosaurs, people who play dinosaurs will have to think, okay, I need to ambush that person, right? As a flyer, you need to ambush that person, because if it finds you and points its flashlight at you, your eyes will get so like, oh my god, I don't see anything, oh my god, and you risk crashing in trees, you risk dying right now, perfect moment, right? You risk crashing, you risk dying, you risk being shot, right? The human can see where you're going and you risk getting shot. How you counter that is like you don't look at the human, you're trying to run away so that he can't put his flashlight on you that easily, right? That flashlight has an area of working. But if it catches you and keeps that flashlight on you like for 3 seconds, 2 seconds, you're screwed. You have to go lay down somewhere or even latch to a tree, right? And just let your eyes accommodate to the darkness. And this can happen to Deinosuchuses on top of the water. If the human sees it, just put its flashlight on it. He won't see silhouettes anymore. He won't see very good at night anymore. It will have to go underwater and let those eyes accumulate. And you can fix those timers. The dino could literally be like 5 to 10 minutes in real time to let that night vision come back. For a flyer that doesn't do a lot of damage to a human, 1-2 minutes is fine. Just flies over there, sits there for 2 minutes, comes back to the human if the human didn't run away. That flashlight people spawn with flashlights, and I think that's a very good, interesting idea for people to defend themselves with flashlight, right? It doesn't cause damage. It doesn't cause, you can't fight a Ptera with your bare hands, right, as a human, but it will give you that advantage. Like, the Ptera still has to think how to attack you. The Trudon, this creature, still has to think how to attack you. You see this circle around me? It's bright, it's cool, it's beautiful. If a human's over there and I run towards it and I'm trying to attack it, and as a dinosaur, like if I'm dumb and I just chill next to the human and it shines its flashlight at me, literally I won't see anything around me, alright? And the human can literally run away from me, or hide, or I have to run away from it if it has a gun, let's be honest. And people can have flashlights on guns, people can have flashlights on a lot of things. That just hope for God the human doesn't have a flashlight on a gun. If a gun points at you with the flashlight and you're dumb enough to chill here and the human just blinds your night vision, you won't see anything, you don't know where you're going, the human will just aim at you and kill you very easily. It will give humans that advantage to at least protect themselves with the flashlight. Doesn't mean kill you, it just means blinds you and he runs away enough to hide, right? That at night. During the day, you're screwed, alright? So it would kind of help people during the time. Everybody said that, oh my god, people will have flashlights during the night and the dinosaur will have night vision. Of course the dinosaur is going to be stronger at night. Of course it will have an advantage. Well, the dinosaur still has to be careful in my idea right now, because if it doesn't, it's gonna get blinded and it will see even worse than a human during the night. So it still has to ambush, it still has to be careful. Now I'm gonna move on to the torches. Torches are gonna be very different. Torches have this area of light around them, right? They're not like flashlights where if I point them in this direction, only this direction is like light, illuminated. Torches, if I have a torch on the ground here, this whole area here is going to be illuminated. And the way torches work is basically, let's say there's a human over there in the distance. I don't have my night vision on. That's going to just be a beam of light, basically, right? Because it literally blinds you. Have you ever tried to be at night in full pitch blackness, as this guy literally, it sees at night, and literally it gets hit by a beam of light in the eyes, which is the torch, and the dino will have to get closer to it. Obviously, like, let's say you see that little tree on top of the hill, I have to get closer and closer and closer, and over here I start to see, they don't see me yet, of course, right? I'm still in the safe area, but I still had to get a little closer to them to see what actually is going on. Kind of like a blur, right? Like if they're far away up to the tree, it's like a blurry light coming towards me. If I go move closer to them, like closer and closer and closer, right now I start to see silhouettes, right? How many people are in that beam of light, like in the area of the torch, if they have guns, how prepared they are, everything that of the sorts, right? The closer I get, the better I see. That will basically make, let's see, I chill here. Very good example on this rock. Okay. On this rock. This area is big. Like, literally, look at this area. It's way big. That mountain, that field. At the end of that field, very far away, you can see a little beam of light that's blurred. You know there's a torch there. You have no idea how many people are there. You have no idea what's inside that beam of light. So you will have to get close. And for the people who play dinosaurs who don't want to come in contact with humans, they know to stay away from that beam of light. They don't know if they have guns, again, vehicles, whatever. They don't know. And, of course, vehicles, again, they have lights on their cars, right? If you're getting blinded by a beam of light from a car, you're gonna be literally like a rabbit. Imagine a car coming towards you like this and it's night. Literally like this, right? You have your night vision on, everything. Those bright lights from that, like a human, if I'm here, the human has to be here to blind me with a flashlight, right? Or maybe even further, depends on how far the flashlight sees. Well, a car has to literally be over here, right? If I'm over there, a car is here, you're gonna get blinded if you sit in front of it. You have to look away and run, because those beams will screw your night vision in like 2 seconds, and you're just gonna get hit by the car, right? So it will make dinosaurs think twice before they engage like cars, flashlights, guns with flashlights, torches. You will have to put some thought behind it, and that's an idea I want to showcase in this video, right? And talk about, and I talked about it. Please let me know what you think about it. I think it's a very interesting idea. Like literally, you can see the circle around my character here. It's a cool night vision, right? If you're getting blinded, that circle comes to this rock over here. You see that rock? That's how big the circle will be. You'll have to run away to let the circle accumulate and get bigger again. You just let your eyes see better. And again, Dinosaurs won't see silhouettes if you blind it. That ability, that circle around that smaller circle will literally get cancelled. If you're getting blinded, you won't see silhouettes. Flyers, you won't see silhouettes in the air, right? Like, let's say a Ptera will see something in that tree over there, a silhouette moving. Probably Herrera's, right? Look, it gets even dark. Look at this, bro. You see? Silhouettes in that tree over there. Well, if you get blinded, trust me, you won't see that. You won't see around you. You'll have just to fly or run and risk, hitting a tree because you don't see anything because you just got blinded by a flashlight or anything. Well, that's what I wanted to talk about in this video. Tell me if you like it. Tell me if you don't like it. Like, dislike, and yeah, thank you very much, guys. I'll see you in the next video. And yeah, bye-bye, boys.